These are the signs for the songs that we did on April 6th. So we're going to start with the sign for help and helper. So help comes like this. You distinguish that from amen. Amen has this kind of movement, whereas help is moving up. And so, of course, the ER ending, anytime you put a person, this is the person sign. So anytime you make a person after it, you can do a helper, okay? Figure we may as well learn helpless as well. So you have helpless, and some people might just do this without the help part. So helpless. I always put in the help, but I have seen some people just like that. Okay, for earth, you have a fist, and then you have an axis on the earth like this. And remember, I'm left-handed, so if you're right-handed, you mirror image me. So that's the axis for the earth. Then we have world, where you take W's, and your dominant hand is on top, and it goes around the front and comes back to being on top. So that's world. If you change to U's, you can do universe. And if you change to C's, you can do creation. So we have world, universe, and creation. For the word law, we take an L, and you put an L here and an L down here. So that's law. A lawyer would be a law person. And the song also includes Lawless. And so you could do law and then throw it out like that. So lawless, like that. Okay, so lawyer, law, and lawless. Now we also showed the signs for an N for new, and then T for testament, and then an O for old, and a T for testament. Now some people use the sign for new and then just do T for testament, and then the sign for old and T for testament. We haven't learned the signs for new and old yet, so I'm not going to show those. But you can also have a C for command. You know, so you could have the 10 commandments, and then a W for will is in referring to God's will, not my will, but God's will would be like this. So it's the same as the command or the law or God's will. Okay. Then we have the sign for thanks or thank you, which would be like this. And you would direct that at the person that you're thanking. So if you're thanking God, then you can direct it upward to God. Sometimes if I'm doing Thanksgiving, I want to make it bigger, I can do that with 2 hands, but usually it's just done with 1 hand. The sign for thing is just your flat hand out, and then you go like this, and you're showing these things. It can be singular or plural thing. Okay, and in fact, one of our songs has, well, I'll tell you that in a minute. Okay, so the next thing is good and bad. So we have good, and then bad, bad, good, bad. Okay, so in the song, A Mighty Fortress is Our God, it said, let goods and kindred go. So you wouldn't use good for goods, because that goods means things, okay? And for kindred, you could do family, or you could do relatives, which I showed the ones who were there, but we won't get into that right now. Okay, so let goods and kindred or family go. Okay, next we have faith and faithful. So I touch my head with my index finger and then come down in F's. And for faithful, I do it twice. Some people do it twice even just for faith. Okay, so faith or faithful. And then we have adore or worship, and they're the same sign. So adore, worship, and then And somebody asked, well, praise is like this. We've done that before, praise. So that's adore or worship. And I usually look up while I'm doing it too. Okay, then we have the sign for make. It's like you're making something, you're putting something together. Make it rough, don't do it smooth, because that'll be coffee. So make, and then you can have a maker, a make person, maker. You could do C's for create, and then you could have a creator. Okay, that's it for, oh, one other thing I just wanted to point out. We learned the sign for need before. I wanted to point out that that would also be the same sign for must or have to. I have to do that, I must do that, I need to do that. It's all the same concept. Okay? All right. That'll do it for today. Bye-bye.